Happy Tuesday. Let me share this out. Boom. Okay. Hi, Riley. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you a little backstory before we get into what we want to talk about. But I want to talk about the bonuses. I want to talk about the $5,000 bonus. I want to talk about, Riley, I think you hit the wrong button. I want to talk about the $10,000 bonuses. I want to talk about the $20,000 bonuses. I want to talk a little bit about the stack it bonuses. And I want to talk about some, what do you call them? Signing bonuses is not what they're called. Fast start bonuses. So those of y'all that don't know my story, and maybe you do, I was that person that was never going to join network marketing ever again. I worked for Mary Kay straight out of college. Long story short, the person that signed me up, I was in Mary Kay for a year. I busted my butt. I drove all over Timbuktu. I had no market, guys. So I was like scrambling to set up all these parties in people's houses. All over Timbuktu, I lost so much money. I was told to take out a credit card for inventory. It just was not a good experience. And then to top it all off, my enroller ended up quitting / getting kicked out of the company because it came out that she had been stealing all of her roommates' rent money to fund their business, and they all got to fund her business, and they all got evicted. So to say that I had a bad taste in my mouth from network marketing was an understatement. Now, that same girl is a Monat distributor. So that tells you a little bit about the different experience I had with network marketing and was never doing that again. So fast forward about a year. Now keep in mind, I am a college graduate. I have a teaching degree. I've never had problems getting a job. At this point, drop me a 1 if you know what Kirby vacuum cleaners are. They are like the filet mignon of the vacuum world. They're about $2,000 a pop. That's the kind of vacuum that they are. So I worked for Kirby and I led a marketing team for them. I really liked my job. I was working up to be able to have my own store and I just really liked it. My boss was really good. The pay was really good. Tina knows what a Kirby is. Tina, have you ever had a Kirby? We have one, not a new one. We have one that was like $400, but I want to get a new one that does like hardwood floor and it does like tile and grout, cleans your freaking bathtub. I'm not even kidding. Like it does everything, but we aren't dropping $2,000 on one just yet. So but needless to say, I really did love my job. Like I enjoyed it a lot. My old college roommate, I had seen her post about It Works. I had seen her talking about how she was making $6,000 a month. And I was intrigued, but this girl was also known for embellishing the truth a lot, so I really thought she was lying. Having said that, I'm not proud of this, but this is the kind of person I was. I wasn't a regular person. So what I did is I creeped her page. When she would post before and afters, I would talk about how they looked like they were photoshopped. Not her own pictures, like I wasn't that mean, but you know, like the company before and afters. Talked about how they were photoshopped. Like I was just mean. I did not, like I just, in my mind, network marketers were liars, period. Excuse me. So, and at the time I didn't have a child. I was engaged. I wasn't married yet. So we got married. I wasn't ever supposed to be able to have kids. I found out we got married in September. I was pregnant in October. I don't even know. Now, the different health issues I have, I don't have an issue getting pregnant. I can't carry a baby. I had had several miscarriages before Brett and I ever got together. We've had several after Glory. So I honestly just thought she would end in a miscarriage, and I prepared my husband for that. But it was a perfect pregnancy. So now we had a baby. The problem was we both had full-time careers. We didn't have time for a baby. That was not in our plans. So we had a baby. 6 days after having my daughter, I was back at work. I was working, I was hustle mode. Like that was my, sorry guys, I don't know why my allergies are not being good today, but hustle mode, working all the dang time. My husband was working all the time. So we decided when my daughter was 6 weeks, we put her in daycare, because around here, daycare does not take them under 6 weeks. I don't know if that's like everywhere or just here, but put her in daycare. Quickly, I realized I hated that. I cried every single day. I got really depressed. And I just realized I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. But that wasn't in the cards for us financially. We had money. We had decent incomes. But we weren't prepared to drop an entire income and live off of one. So that's when, first I told my boss. I ended up doing a few days remote work for him. When I did go to the office, I brought Glory with me. Like I pulled her out of daycare at 6 months. Loved it. But that brought a whole nother set of challenges, and I took a huge pay raise. So we still have money to pay our bills at this point, but we don't have a whole lot of extra. At that point, I reached back out to the girl that I told her no for over a year at this point, about 18 months. I reached out, decided to join, and I won't go into a crazy amount of my story from there, but I will say a couple things. I found out that she did not build herself to $6,000 a month. She had been built by somebody, and she wasn't making near the amount of money she said, because she accidentally showed me a couple paychecks one time after, I guess she forgot she had like lured me in with that $6,000 a month. So I was a little disillusioned with It Works for probably my first year. And I really thought like, these people are probably lying, but if she can make a couple thousand, I could at least make 500. And that's kind of, I wanted to work my regular job from home, work It Works on the side. It kind of, that's about what I had taken, like a $500 to $1,000 pay cut, depending on my commission rate with the other job. So I didn't apply myself really, but I did work it a little bit. I built up to Ruby. She put some people under me to build me to Ruby. And then the $10,000 diamond bonus was announced. And I was like, I want to work for that. Like I do want, at that point, I had been in the business like 4 or 5 months. I wanted to work for that. I hustled, I worked my butt off, and I missed it. I missed it by a lot. Then they said, okay, well, the $10,000 diamond bonus is gone, but we're going to bring a $5,000 diamond bonus. So again, my enroller was like, and I didn't realize she was going for like a bonus or something too herself. Like if I got it, she got something. She's like, okay, we want to do this. Well, long story short, at the end of the month, I was about 500 volumes short on the last day of the month. And she said, you know what? Just buy it. Just buy it. And she really pushed me. Like, we didn't really have the $500 to spend. She really pushed me into buying the volume, which if you're on my team, you know we don't do that. For a bonus like that, we don't do that. Now, maybe if it was like a $200,000 bonus, you know, different things. But the way our bonuses work is they're paid out monthly. You have to keep your rank. So if you're buying 500 volume, you're probably, it's going to be real hard to make that up the next month. And she didn't tell me that, which I should have known. But when she pressured me to do it and then I lost it. So I lost I got the $5,000 diamond bonus and I lost it for several months. Then I would gain it back and then I would lose it. I would gain diamond, I would lose diamond. It was never a strong diamond. It was always a very low paid diamond. And at this point, I'd been in the business for about a year. Now, I didn't work as hard as I should have. I did not apply myself. Like, I cannot blame anyone but myself when it comes to what my checks were. Because I was one of those people, I'd work real hard for a couple weeks and then I wouldn't work at all. Real hard, not at all. I had very little character. I was not consistent. Now, at the time, we didn't have any systems set in place. We didn't have the host to post, or if you're new, we call it the advertising system. We didn't have any of that. So it was a whole different ballpark back then. But it does not, negate the fact that I kept losing and dropping rank, and I was getting really, really depressed because of it. So, all that to say, I became a mass enroller because I did get consistent and I did start working my butt off. And I started putting people in the system left and right. I got my diamond back, lost it. Diamond back, lost it. But I was consistently building. But I will say with distributors, they were leaving as much as they were coming. And it was real discouraging. So finally, this was just a year ago that this kind of all clicked. And I didn't know what it was until April said it like 2 weeks ago. She said, your business doesn't stabilize until you start building leaders. I think she said growing leaders maybe, but I say building leaders, whatever terminology you want to use. Instead of just teaching people to work the business, you teach them to actually become a leader. You teach them to lead themselves, and then they turn around, they lead a team. That's how your whole organization grows. Now, if you're watching this and you're just in this for a couple $100s a month, or you just want to sign customers and make commission, like maybe you're brand new, you joined yesterday and you're like, I don't want to build a team. You don't have to. You can make a crap ton of money without building a team. So this probably wouldn't be something that you need to watch. If you want to finish it, you can. I'm talking to the people who you want to go for the $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 bonuses. Drop me a 1 if you want to go for those bonuses. Because I'm going to tell you, I got a couple bonuses. I got an emerald bonus at one point. I got the diamond bonus. But usually when I got them, we weren't doing things completely the right way. In a way that was going to increase and build versus up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So just last year at conference, something clicked. And I started working with people. I stopped seeing people as numbers. I stopped wanting to be the biggest, baddest person on the team. I was okay with other people out enrolling me. Shout out to Julie, who she out enrolls me a lot now, and that's okay. Because I got okay with building leaders versus just being a numbers person and getting shout outs all the time. So, and April said it 2 weeks ago, where I was listening to a live from her. She's like, yeah, your business will stabilize when you start building leaders, instead of just throwing people in the system and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and you don't ever talk to them again. So I fully believe I would have been much farther in this company had I focused on building leaders from the get-go versus just throwing people in the system. And that's something that I think is a learning pain, it's a growing pain, but I don't think it's a bad one, because now we have the systems in place. If you're new on this team, guys, you're getting poured into by your enroller. You're getting poured into by other leaders who aren't even above you. You're getting poured into by so many people that want to see you succeed, because we've created a culture just in the last 12 months of really working with people, meeting you where you're at, and helping you make money with us. I don't care if you're in my downline or not, we pour into you and we help you. And that's something that's very unique with our team and with our company. So having said that, I just wanted to give you a little backstory as to why I'm so passionate, because for a long time, my husband and I had, because we did build the wrong way and we had people telling us to build the wrong way, we got very hardened toward this company. We got very hardened toward the notion of, oh, we'll just work the business and tell your husband he can eat fast food if he wants to. Like, you don't have time to cook for him. Work the business and let your laundry pile up on your couch. Work the business like you'll see your kid in 2 years. Just work the business. So we got so hardened that we did a complete 360 and was like, no. If it takes us 10 years to get to ambassador, we don't care. We're going to work consistently. And our motto is going to be, it works doesn't run our life. It just pays for our life. And that's honestly what our motto became just over the last year even. I would say over the last 2 years. But then last year, we really honed in on how to work this consistently. And I don't want to say in pockets of time, because we really don't do pockets of time. Like, we schedule our time on purpose with the company. But we worked it around our own schedules. There's no such thing as a wrap emergency. We talk about boundaries a lot in our team. We talk about consistency a lot in our team. We talk about how when these bonuses come up, the people that get them are the ones that put the work in over the last 6 and 12 months, not the ones who just came in and boom. All of a sudden, now I'm going to work because there's a bonus, and in 30 days, I'm just going to magically get it. So, I want you to drop me down a 2 if you've been putting work in for the last 6 to 12 months, and you are ready to go emerald, you are ready to go diamond, you're ready to go double, triple, presidential, you're ready to cash in on some of these bonuses. Like, you honestly feel like you have been consistent. I'm not saying you've been perfect. We have not been perfect by any stretch. But you've been consistent, and you just need a little extra push, and you can get to one of those bonuses. Drop me a 2. Now, if you're brand new within your first 30 to 60 days, and you're like, you know what, I haven't put any legwork in, but I want to be consistent and I'd love to shoot for one of the bonuses, drop me a 3. There are plenty of brand new people who come in this, their first 60 days, they get a $5,000, $10,000 bonus. It's doable. It's a lot of freaking work, but it is doable. There's a couple of y'all that I already have in my head that you're going to get these bonuses, and I think it's awesome. But for a lot of us, we put in the work. The bonus just happens to be at the right time. And that's what people see. They don't see the 6, 9, 12-month grind that you did before it. Okay. Yes, a lot of you guys are ready for these bonuses, and I think that's awesome. So, what I'm going to tell you is, again, it works, does not run our life, it just pays for it. We've never gone on a massive 60 to 90-day run. We always just work consistent. We put people in, we promote as we go. The last year, guys, has been the best year overall in our business ever. Not only have we maintained diamond, it has been astronomically high diamond. I'm talking, there have been points of double to almost triple diamond volume as our diamond. Meaning we had no fear of losing it. Our checks were way higher than the average. That doesn't even include all the fast starts that we were bringing in. Like our checks were coming in like that. So it doesn't matter what rank you are. You can make a crap load of money with this without the hustle culture of gotta rank up, gotta rank up, gotta rank up. But when a bonus like this comes, if you're close, why not run for it? So my husband came home yesterday and he's like, hey, I was thinking, I think we should run for those bonuses. And we know when we say run, because we already work incredibly hard. When we say run, that means we're putting blinders on. We're going to multiply our work and we're going to run for a bonus. And if we don't get it, we don't get it. But it's not because we didn't try. And I wholeheartedly believe we are so close to double that for us, it'll be a $26,000 bonus because he'll be going emerald, I'll be going double. And so they all compound with each other. So he said, you know what? For the next, up until the last day of February, I will cook meals 5 days out of 7. So you only have to worry about Friday and Saturday. I'll cook them Sunday through Thursday. I will do all the laundry and all the dishes from here all the way till the end of February. Y'all, if you know my husband, that's a big deal. My husband does not like to cook and clean. I mean, let me know. Do your husbands like to cook and clean? Because mine, that's like not one of his strengths. In fact, he's cooking taco meat tonight. He's come in here like 5 times already because there was a lot of grease in the pot. He didn't know what to do with it. The seasoning, he wanted me to come taste it. It was so bland. I don't know. I think he put like a teaspoon of seasoning in. I don't even know. Then he didn't know. He's like, do I have to watch the pot before I cook the rice? I was like, no, honey. Like no. Then he came in here with a big old can of tomatoes. Mine always helps with cooking and cleaning. Yeah, mine doesn't because he works all the time and I'm home all the time. So that's just how we operate in our house. When I was working like you were, he would help a lot more. But because I work at home full time, that's just one thing that I do all of the cooking and cleaning. He's like, this says you need 14 ounces of tomatoes, but this is a really big can. I was like, well, babe, how many ounces is it? I don't know. I was like, well, look at the bottom. There's a number. He's like, oh, so if it's 28 ounces and I only need 14, then what do I do with the rest? I was like, just put it in the fridge, put it in a container, you'll be fine. My husband helps, but he's not going to do that. You know, Tina, I said the same thing for almost 5 years. This is the first time that he's offered to do that. And I'm not saying that to tell y'all that you need to go tell your husbands to work. I'm telling you that when God sends you a sign, for me, that was my sign. Okay? That was my sign that I'm going to go all in for the next 35 days about. All in is going to look different for everybody, though. It might be 3 days out of the week, instead of cooking a meal from scratch, you get a frozen lasagna from Walmart. Now, obviously, you're going to have a conversation with your husband before you do this. So it basically what it means is what extras can you cut out for the next 35 days. I am not an advocate of ignoring your family for this business. I will never tell you to do that. I will tell you there are some time-saving tips that you can use temporarily just for the next 35 days. For example, him cooking and cleaning is saving me, I would say about an hour a day, which an hour is a decent amount. We have a Valentine party we do every year. I'm canceling that. I haven't bought the stuff for it yet. It takes a long time to plan and prep and get things ready and have, 15 kids in our house. It's not a necessity. What else did I do? I'm not scheduling any play dates this month except the one that's already scheduled because we don't need to. Okay, it's not a necessity. Now, I'll tell you something I'm not going to cut out is school. I homeschool my daughter. We can't just not do school for 35 days. I mean, technically we could, but we're not going to. So I'm not telling you put your life on pause, lock yourself in a closet, and just boom for 35 days. But if you want to go all in, what can you do? And it's going to look different for everybody. If you're like, I don't think I can get any one of those bonuses, I'm too far away, go all in with us for 35 days. See how much closer you can get. You never know. They're notorious for bringing back bonuses after the deadline. If they don't bring them back, you're collecting fast starts along the way and you're building a paycheck. Why not go all in for 35 days? Maybe you're somebody, I'm thinking of an almost diamond on my team. You just need to push that extra little oomph for the next month and you'll be diamond. Like, I have no doubt in my mind you'll be diamond and you'll get a $10,000 bonus. So what can you do to push a little extra this month? Because you've already been consistent for the last 12 months. If you have kids, I would sit down and talk to them. And again, I did this with Glory and explain to them, hey, for the next 35 days, we're gonna do things a little differently. We're gonna change a few plans. I'm gonna need you to help me a little extra around the house, have a little bit better attitude. There may be times where you're doing a little bit more coloring beside me instead of me doing something with you. At the end of the 35 days, now this is important, regardless if you get that bonus or not. At the end of those 35 days, you're going to go do X, Y, Z with your child. Now, don't make this something that you cannot afford if your income doesn't change at all over the next 35 days. Don't make this something that you're promising your kids, but the stipulation is only if you get a rank advancement. I know a girl at our old church, she did this. She promised her kids, if you guys are so good over the next month, we're going to take a family vacation. This was back in January. They've yet to take it last January. She didn't hit her rank. They've yet to take that family vacation because they didn't hit their rank. But those kids worked hard for that. They didn't get anything because she didn't hit her rank. I will never tell my daughter that I'm only going to do this with her if I hit my rank. Because the stipulation for getting it should depend on her, not on me. So what we're doing is March 5th, which is the first Saturday in March, we're going on a shopping day. All day shopping day, just me and her. Maybe me, her, and another mom friend and one of her friends. We'll see. But we're going to go shopping and I'm going to buy her a toy and we're going to have special food and we're going to have ice cream. If I don't get the $20,000 bonus, I'm still taking her. Okay, so you want to make sure when you promise your kids something, even if it doesn't go as planned and you don't get the bonus or don't get the rank, you still are able to make good on your promise. Now, if you're saying, hey, I don't have any extra money to do a shopping day with my kid unless I get this bonus, don't promise a shopping day. Say, hey, we're going to do real good for 35 days, March whatever, we're going to have an all-day movie day, and we're going to play board games, and you're going to do something for free in your house with your kid, and you're not going to touch your phone. Then if you do get that bonus or you do get that raise, you can do something a little extra that day also that's a surprise. But it's not something that you're holding over your kids' heads where if you don't get it, you take it away from them. So I don't exactly know what all-in's going to look for us as far as numbers-wise, but I will tell you, I'm going to get my chart out and figure exactly what I need to go double. I know what I need for Brett to go emerald, which is half of my double, but I need to figure out my whole thing. I'm going to write down, what am I committing to? And I challenge every one of you to do this. If you're all in, first off, if you're all in, drop an all in down in the comments. It's going to look different for all of us. If you're brand new, maybe all in, you're just going to do that 10-step list that I sent you every single day for the next 35 days. You may not even have an end goal in sight. You may not have a certain rank you want to get to in, your first little time. But your all in is going to be attached to an action plan, not an end result. My all in is attached to an action plan that hopefully will result in that $20,000 bonus. But if it doesn't, it's not because I did not go all in with my action plan. So I can tell you a few things I'm going to do. I'm going to do I have my chart obviously set up, which I do every single month. I'm going to make sure I'm on at least 5 Zooms a week. 5 Zooms with my team working. Now for us, we have 3 Zooms a day, so getting on 5 is not hard. Ideally, I'd love to be on 10, and I might, but I've got to sit down and work out my schedule before I commit to that, but I will commit to at least 5. Let me look at my blocks real quick. One second, y'all. Gotta look up the building blocks. There we go. So we work off the building blocks in our team. If you don't, that's okay. Write out your own list of things that you're gonna do. But for example, block 1 is following 100 people on Instagram, commenting on memories, returning messages, doing the 2-day follow-ups, and checking in with new distributors. I'm going to keep that block the same because that's one that there's not a whole lot of extra. Actually, just kidding. I'm not going to keep it the same because I'm going to add, I need to interact with a certain amount of Instagram profiles because, well, I'll tell you in a minute, I've got to work a little bit more on Instagram this month than I normally do. Block 2 is journaling, keeping that the same. Block 3 is where I'm going to change it up. I'm going to double block 3. Instead of 25 host-to-post messages a day, I'm going to go for 50. Instead of 25 LC messages, I'm going to go for 50. 25 distributor, I'm going to go for 50. And then I'm going to obviously check on the haps from the day before. Now, where I'm going to switch this up and I'm doubling it, I'm still going to only do 25, 25, and 25 on Facebook. Then I'm going to go over and do 25 all the way down on Instagram. Because if I do too many on Facebook, I'm going to get blocked and I don't want to do that. And then I'm also going to add in there interacting with a certain amount of profiles on Facebook because I need to be doing that more. All right. I've got a girl trying to sign up, so I'm giving her directions real quick. I called her right before this and she wanted to do it herself, so I told her I'd send her directions. So block 3, I'm going to double. And then block 4, update the 100s list, return messages, unfollow 100 IG accounts, and check notifications. I'm keeping the same. So and then I've got a few things that I'll be adding in there as we go when it comes to like getting on Zooms with teammates and that kind of stuff. But whatever your all in looks like, make it known. So drop it in the comments. What are you doing? What are you committing to? Write out a game plan and drop it in the comments so we can all keep each other accountable. Yeah, that's all I've got, guys. I know this was a little bit longer. It's more, I wanted to tell you my backstory. I wanted to tell you kind of the way we did it works back in the day. Our team, not talking about the company as a whole, I'm talking about mistakes we made. And why now is the very best time for you to be on this team and the very best time for you to be running for some of these bonuses. I honestly think so many of you guys can get these if you just go all in and you really put your head down and you focus and you run. Do it the right way. Don't ignore your family. Have an open line of communication. Figure out what you can step back on just a little bit for the next 35 days and then put your shoes on and run. Run, run, run. If you miss the bonuses, you miss the bonuses. All they are a cherry on top of the comp plan. Let's say you're Ruby right now and you're running for Diamond and you miss that. Maybe you hit the $5,000 Emerald bonus. Maybe you don't hit it, but you're so close to Emerald, you go Emerald next month and you still give yourself a raise in your paycheck. Maybe you're Ruby and you're going for Diamond and you don't get it. But 2 months from now, with all the legwork you put in, you do go Diamond. Diamond comes with an automatic pay raise, guys, without bonuses. So put your shoes on, run, stay accountable. If you're in my downline and you want to be in that January accountability group, let me know. The chat that we're in this month, we're going to do it again for February. If you're not in my downline, use this group. If somebody wants to create an accountability thread, you're more than welcome to. Create it in here, post it, and then we can all keep each other accountable on there. Bye, guys.